rights leader since 1973, and probably out of the womb, I think, even before that, in the great San Joaquin Valley, the Central Valley of California. He is the current president emeritus of the Mexican-American Political Association. Ben utilizes the skills and tactics learned in the 1960s, like the walkouts and the economic boycotts, over 40 that he's been involved in, to force change in the Valley's educational system, where many school districts have big minority student population, but few minority teachers and administrators, and even fewer non-white school board members. Ben Benavidez' fierce, unrelenting pursuit for civil justice, political clout, and economic quality has made him a reputable resource for those in need. Guadalupe Gutierrez, who's his colleague, is going to come up and is going to introduce Ben through a song. Ben has been married to his wife, Gloria, for 46 years. Can we give him a round of applause for that, please? That's wonderful. And as Ben said during his receiving of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Green Lining Institute, Ben says, "You can't win no battle unless you know who you are and where you come from." And he's quoted from the newspapers. It said that until his last breath, Ben will fight for the community. You know, Ben is getting the Pionero Award, Pioneer Award, because, you know, very few of us, as we come into this in social justice and in education justice and what that means, we don't have any idea. What does the other side of that look like when we demand for social justice? What does the other side look like? We have no idea. What do we do when we get there? And Ben pioneered a path for us. He pioneered the passage for us to access resources that has allowed NIU and others to get into the Central Valley and provide resources for the community he understands that they need, and that those resources of whom they were intended to serve anyway. These are resources that are already dedicated to these communities, for these communities, but yet they're not getting to them. And Ben has pioneered the way for us to get access to those. And fearlessly, Ben has blazed a trail for us in the work that we do, and for families, so that now the families and the children can benefit. So can we bring up Guadalupe? Guadalupe, where are you, sir? Bring up Guadalupe, and then we'll bring up Ben Benavidez.
Buenas tardes a todos. ¿Todos bien? All right. What a beautiful day to be here today. Thanks to God that we're here and ready to do what needs to be done, ¿verdad? Gracias a los que estamos aquí, a hacer lo que tenemos que hacer. Y sabemos que con la raza siempre la música, los gritos, el baile, esa alegría, ¿verdad? Que no se muera el alma. We know about the culture, the joy, our soul, that we're not going to let our soul die. Que siga la cultura y viva la raza. ¡Viva Ben! ¡Viva Ben! ¡Viva Ben! As we have gone in many places throughout the valley, ¿verdad? Hemos ido y el señor Benavidez ahí está. Y siempre mira que las mujeres son las que están ahí enfrente luchando y no cansándose hasta con sus hijos ahí están. El respeto a todas las madrecitas. As we go out throughout the valley to different walkouts, demonstrations, different places, fighting for social justice, Mr. Benavidez sees the mothers there with their children, and he always says, we need to continue to appreciate our mothers. Esta canción para todas las madrecitas, to all the mothers. Some of our mothers are here with us, some of them have already left, pero si la saben, la cantan. If you know it, sing it. I know it's also not only a very special song for Mr. Benavidez, but also for Mr. Juan Sandoval. So la canción, ni por mil puñados de oro. We cannot change or buy that love, that caring, that blessing that we receive from our mother through millions of handfuls of gold. Si quieren gritar, cantar, bailar, háganlo, raza. You want to dance, you want to sing, you want to cry? Let the soul move. Woo! Se me destroza el corazón en mil pedazos. Me siento solo como una pluma en el aire. ¿De qué me sirve ya la vida en este mundo si ya no tengo las caricias de mi madre? ¡Vivan las madrecitas! Cuando yo andaba disfrutando de placeres, jamás pensaba que una madre es lo primero. Hoy que Diosito me ha quitado a mi pobre madre, sé que una madre no se compra con dinero. Yo no cambiara ni por 1000 puñados de oro las bendiciones y el cariño de mi madre. De sangre viva son las lágrimas que lloro, pero es inútil porque ya le lloro tarde. Este día de hoy se está cantando mucho por medio de mensajes y llega al corazón esas lágrimas. Today we sing so much, but we need to continue to deal with that love. And we know that there's tears. Even with the video que puso el hermanito Hilario, también con el video que puso Larry, our brother here, ¿verdad? Donde enseña la raza, la familia, la gente de color, which was people of color. It's beautiful because it brought tears to my eyes. Es bonito porque trajo lágrimas a mis ojos. Esta última que quería el señor Benavidez que cante antes de que venga, si está bien con usted. Esta canción, Yo Soy Chicano. And again, se habló de muchas cosas hoy. We have spoken a lot of things today. This song is called Yo Soy Chicano. The only way to make those changes of things that have been talked about today is to boycott. El señor Ben Benavidez mandó a hacer playeras. He had some t-shirts made where it says, if you do not like our brown, you will not get our green. Si no les gusta el color café, no vas a agarrar nuestro dinero. Todos pagamos taxes. We all pay taxes, so we all need to be represented. Hermanitos, yo soy chicano. Yo soy chicano, tengo color, americano, pero con honor. Cuando me dicen de la revolución, defiendo a mi raza con mucho valor. Tengo todita mi gente para la revolución. Voy a luchar por los pobres pa' que se acabe el bolón. Yo soy chicano, tengo color, americano, pero con honor. Cuando me dicen de la revolución, defiendo a mi raza con mucho valor. Tengo mi par de caballos para la revolución. Uno se llama el canario y el otro se llama el gorrión. Yo soy chicano, tengo color, americano, pero con honor. Cuando me dicen de la revolución, defiendo a mi raza con mucho valor. Tengo cultura, tengo corazón, y no me lo quita a mí ningún cabrón. ¡Órale, raza! Y también, I know we talk about different words, we talk about the dictionary, that Webster y todo eso. Within la raza tenemos dictionaries con ciertas palabras. Mi abuelito me regañó, muchacho cabrón, aprende inglés porque yo no sé, aprende español porque yo no sé inglés. He scolded me and told me, learn Spanish because I do not know English. But again, el respeto a todos. Viva Larry aquí con todo el grupo, cada uno de ustedes, y sí se puede, raza.
Mr. Ben Benavidez, our Pionero Award winner. Un aplauso fuerte.
Es muy duro hablar después de canciones, porque yo siempre digo, vamos a ganar, el único modo que ganamos son las madres, las abuelas, no los abuelos, para abuelas. Para mi abuela, 14 niños. De Arizona and Minnesota. I am a Yaquijillo, Arizona. My voice is weak. It's too bad, too. Because now is the time to let those people know that we have a past. We're not afraid of jail. We have a majority of people, so we keep telling them, if you don't like our brown, you won't get our green. Y número dos, don't you ever forget who you are, where you came from. Because if you do, you're bringing down your family, especially your grandma. And they're the ones, not these educators, not the association, agencies, grandma and mother. Muchas gracias. Que verás.
Right. All right. Mr. Ben Benavidez.
Thank you very much, brother. Yeah. Una cosa nomás, es muy importante saber que en el pueblo de Parlier, en el Valle, saber, ¿verdad? Está una escuela alimentaria nombrada Ben Benavidez Elementary. Un fuerte aplauso para el señor Ben Benavidez. There's a school in the valley here in the town of Parlier. Mr. Ben Benavidez has been there with the farm workers. Well, with the farmers too, because of the boycotts. But either way, sabemos que he's been helping the parents, Ben Benavidez, through MAPA, the education. And thanks to God, today too, through all these computers, things that are going on, let's continue to go forward. Y si se puede, raza. What a blessing. Viva la linda raza.
All right, thank you. All right, can we cue the next video, please? Help me deliver this special award to our Poder, our Poder Award, the Power Couple Award. And Hyepin has been a tremendous partner in this effort. She wasn't able to be here earlier because she was the keynote at another event for, is it women empowerment? Connecting Women to Power. So I wanted to share a couple of things and share the podium and this award that we're going to be giving to our power couple. Hyepin, if you would, please.
Okay. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. And this journey began with Larry about 3-4 years ago when he approached me. And I thought the vision that he had was inspirational to really bring internet users who have never done it to become so. And this past year, through Larry's partnership, we were able to bring that into reality. And the testimonies of the students are inspirational. And I would like to just share with you 2 of them. One was a lady, actually, we had reached out to parents in the Korean community, but to our surprise, a lot of the senior citizens came. And so we had to kind of tweak it a little, but there was a lot of flexibility, and we responded to the need. And one of the students said that before this class, her backyard was her world. But through this class, especially because one of the tools that we shared was a translation tool, where now they visit CNN, LA Times, etc. And so she said that before this class, her backyard was her world, but now the world is her backyard. And I always truly believe this, and which is that the internet, and especially social media, is one that really connects generations. And one of the students also said that, after this class, she was able to help her 3-year-old grandson with his iPad. And she said that she could tell by the look in his eyes that after that moment, she was a new person before him. And so I think, again, just the work that Larry has done, we've been able to catch that mantle and pass it on, baton. And now I'm so happy that we're also now bringing it not just to the Korean community, the Latino community, but I know that the Chinese community have also joined. And so again, I just want to say that this program works and is something that is welcomed and needed. And your support and participation, I think, is critical. And again, just want to say thank you.
All right. So, I mean, Hyepin has been a tremendous partner and just kind of threw risk to the wind and said, you know what, Larry, I believe in the mission. Not really sure how you're going to get there, but we'll do it. And we've journeyed on this thing together as business partners, and we're really making a huge difference. And, you know, I have so much respect for Hyepin and her belief in our vision. And a lot like our recipients of the Pionero Award, who are tremendous. It's Dr. Terry Nichols, who's superintendent for Duarte Unified School District, and Dr. Catherine Nichols, who's superintendent for Covina Valley Unified School District. And, you know, Terry and I have been friends for a little bit, and he's been a visionary about empowering parents through technology. He would say things to me like, Larry, how do we get all of our parents connected for free? And then he would attend meetings in Los Angeles and in other places all the way out in Thousand Oaks with me, where we met with some of the leadership of the phone companies and even one of the FCC commissioners, Mignon Clyburn. And we would meet with her. And he was committed. He says, we have to get our parents connected. We need to do that. And Catherine, his wife Catherine, who's also superintendent of Covina Valley, has been recognized as a leader for outstanding achievement of Latino students and children living in poverty. Ed Trust West has ranked Catherine's district second in overall performance and closing the achievement gap in Los Angeles County. The Pionero Award, the husband and wife, the power couple of two superintendents, working together, making significant strides in the San Gabriel Valley through for our economic future, as I see it. Can we please, big round of applause for Dr. Terry Nichols and Dr. Catherine Nichols. Please join us.
Well, I feel very deficient right now because I'm tone deaf and I can't sing. But if I could, I would sing for you. This is truly an honor to be recognized today. And I know I'm in great company because I love my husband dearly, and I know he's an incredibly dedicated and wonderful educator. I was asked to speak a little bit about how we actually achieved what we've been able to achieve in Covina Valley Unified in terms of closing the achievement gap and assisting all students to reach the highest levels of learning possible. And so we honestly believe that we need to make sure that all students are moving as far as they can with the supports necessary. We have 3 priorities, and that is to increase student achievement for all our kids, to close the achievement gap, and to create a 4-year college-going culture, because we really believe that if the students take the most rigorous classes in high school, that'll prepare them for college. And whether they go out to college immediately graduating from high school, or if they work for a while and then decide to go back, if they've taken those incredibly rigorous classes, they'll be better prepared to meet their future with confidence. And so I'm really proud of the work we're doing. We have 67% of our students on free and reduced lunch, and 75% of our students are Latino. In the last 2 years, our school district has gained 30 points on the Academic Performance Index, and there's a level that all school districts are supposed to reach. It's called 800 on the Academic Performance Index to be considered a high-achieving school district, and I'm really proud Covina Valley made it this year. We hit 800. All of our middle schools are over 800. 80% of our elementary are over 800. 50% of those are over 850, hitting the 900 marker. And my Latino students grew by 35 points. My children who are second language learners grew by 53 points in the last 2 years. And our students living in poverty grew by 34 points. And so thank you. We're really serious about creating extraordinary futures for our students and providing what's necessary. So the 3 priorities to create extraordinary futures is to increase student achievement for all kids, close that achievement gap no matter what it takes, and we believe in a theory of action that leadership and collaboration will lead to innovation. And ultimately, that's what we need to be producing in our schools, are innovative thinkers and innovative problem solvers. And so we're very systematic in terms of professional development we're offering to our teachers and to our principals, and with working alongside with our parents to make sure that that's happening in partnership. So again, thank you so much. And it's truly an honor to be here. And it's the work I love. It's the work I'm committed to. So just appreciate it immensely.
Larry, thank you very much. And as most good husbands, I let my wife go first, and that's what we do. I just want to make sure, number one, there was a comment made about visionary. I don't see it as a visionary, but a vision. There was a carpenter that I follow very closely, and oftentimes we know it should be built, and I feel like a carpenter. We know it should be built, and together we can build it. And so what we look like in Florida Unified School District is we use the term what we call shoulder tap graduates. I want every student who walks across the stage, that person to be recruited, that person to be sought after, and they can follow their passion. That's what superintendents, that's what our teachers, that's what our principals, I think that is our commitment to society, because as a society, we will not be able to do this by ourselves. We can't do it alone. It requires us all. It's no longer sufficient. It's Jefferson. I'm going to use Jefferson's quote. Jefferson said that education, K-12 education, was set up to rake the genius from the rubbish. That is no longer possibility. Every child should be a shoulder tap graduate and should be performing at the highest creativity, and not their potential, but high creativity for every child in order for society to continue. Because we can't do this alone. It's not just one group, one school, one district. It is the entire society that we must work together in order for this to occur, for us to continue on to this wonderful United States, which is a melting pot. But a melting pot has a purpose. And so what I've worked with Larry, and they often ask about purpose. Why? Larry, did Terry and Larry sound like the Three Stooges somewhat, doesn't it? We put Terry and Larry together and say, what can we do? What can we do that we know will make a difference? I want to be deliberate and intentional because I'm a very busy person. In fact, I think everyone in this room is very busy. So things we do, we ensure that we're going to pay very close attention to that, and we'll take the resources that are necessary in order to make that happen. So what community, if you think about the term community, it was this. Larry and I invited people to consider possibilities in order that they would develop an ownership, so that when dissent and problems arose, that because of our commitment, we could bring gifts to the table and our kids would be recognized as a shoulder tap grad and creative and successful, not just when they're with us, but when they leave us. It's hugely important in K-12 education. We understand we are transitional. This is not a terminal institution. We're transitional to success in the future. So to West Point, to Naval Academy, to the Claremont colleges that are nearby, to USC, where I did spend a lot of money for my doctorate, so I appreciate that, and my wife as well. USC, these wonderful institutions, we have an education that we have a responsibility to that. So I'll finish with this. We have to make assumptions. We have to communicate those assumptions that are very clear about what we expect about students. But that's where you work with Larry Ortega, because he brings in the third piece of that. It's called the energy. Assumptions, communication, but you must have the energy in order for that to occur. And Larry will give you energy. He will call you at any time of the day and say, hey, I've got this opportunity. And you have to say yes or no. I try to say yes, because Larry has a purpose. His purpose is not just to improve Larry's organization, but to actually impact society. So it is a pleasure and it is a privilege to have this type of recognition from this organization that I've been working with back when it was called just Community Union. So I don't know when that was. But that was Community Union when he came to me, and I think I was the director of K-12 at Dwarda Unified School District. But we knew that it was an important piece. We knew that kids would benefit. We knew society would benefit. So thank you very much. It is a pleasure. Catherine and I say thank you.
All right, Hyepin.
So the next individual that we'd like to bring to the stage is our Honorable Kern Price, our state senator and council person to be. Just want to say again, he has been an amazing partner, and one of the things that he has done personally for our organization is to give certificates from the state to each of our graduates. And I just have to say that for many of these seniors, that may be the first official, beautiful government certificate that they've ever received in their life. And so for them, it is a tremendous honor. You could see the excitement in their eyes, and I think the level of achievement is heightened by the affirmation and confirmation of your contribution into their lives. So again, thank you for your partnership, and we'd like to bring you to the stage.
So after serving one full term in the California State Assembly, Kern Price won a special election in May of 2009 to represent the 26th district in the state Senate, which includes the cities of Culver and Los Angeles, including parts of Beverly Woods, Century City, West Los Angeles, and so on. By an overwhelming majority in November 2010, he recently received and was elected to represent the Los Angeles City Council on the 9th District. And what's really special about Kern is that I met him, I had to go all the way to Silicon Valley to meet Senator Kern Price, believe it or not, even though he's right here in our backyard. And it was neat because it's the first time he's the one that put the data in my head about 40% of African-American Latino children dropping out of school, which my jaw dropped because it's the first time I heard it like that. And he was there and he was saying, we got to do something about that. And I shared with him what it was that we were doing. And I spent probably more like 5 minutes with him. He got it right away and he says, I'm in the car, let's go. We're going to do this thing, we'll make this happen. And so he's the first senator that jumped in the car with us on this mission, the 1 Million NIU. And so he gets the Padrino Award. Because like a godfather, he's been there with us. When we asked him, he was there. Just on the idea, the concept about educating parents around technology, he jumped in, he got it. And all the way back at the time that he was chair of the Black Legislative Caucus, he saw the value of parent engagement through technology and has been a fan of NIU ever since, sending his staff to Koreatown at the Korean churches graduations that we've done, and the Pico Union, and even East LA when we did the East LA conference back in 2010. So he's been a champion of our mission, and I really appreciate you, Kern, being there for us, and I'd like to thank you for your leadership. Let's get a picture, Kern.
Thank you, Larry. I really am honored to receive this award. And I'm honored to be honored with the other awardees, obviously individuals who have a commitment and a passion for making our community best as we can. I was just really listening to the previous power couple and reflecting on the discussion of creativity and how important it is with our youth. In fact, I had some legislation that didn't go anywhere, unfortunately, but called for the schools to create a innovation index. Let's figure out, let's measure how we're encouraging creativity in our schools, writing, drama, arts, technology, things that we just aren't doing. We certainly are concerned about reading and writing. But what about the creative arts and the unique role that it plays? And we know that certainly one of the exciting aspects of internet technology, the cyberspace technology, is the creativity that it spawns and helps create. And so I'm just honored to be here, to be with you as advocates who are committed, who are concerned, and who are working together. I think it's significant that there's a collaboration of community-based organizations involved. That's significant. And so I'm happy to always partner with you to make that happen. Some of you have heard I am going to be transitioning to the Los Angeles City Council. I'm excited about that. I was born in the 9th District, in fact, had my early training there. And there are lots of obstacles, but there's some great opportunities in that district. The district has been reconfigured, and so it includes now all of LA Live, all of USC, and then south to about 95th Street between Normandy and Alameda, primarily brown and African Americans who have been suffering, quite frankly. High dropout rates, high unemployment rates, low housing, no housing, and so it's going to be an opportunity to really make some changes in that area. We're going to hit the ground running, certainly talking about the importance of creating an environment that's going to be conducive for investment so that people want to live and work and play in the 9th District. And certainly technology is going to play a big role in that. We hope to, in fact, use technology to help encourage citizens to become aware of what issues are, what problems are, and to bring those problems to our attention. And so, let's take a picture of that pothole, take a picture of that tree, take a picture of that sidewalk that's messed up, and let's try to create another level of accountability. Making sure that the department follows up, follows through, and that citizens do their role. And so programs like this that encourage the whole family, that empower parents so that they can empower and work with their kids in ways that we haven't before is so very, very important. So I'm just proud to be an awardee, proud to continue to be a partner with you in this effort. There's a lot still to be done. I don't know if we're near that million yet, but I know there's several 100,000 still in the 9th District that could benefit from the kind of internet access, the internet and broadband access that is going to make our lives easier as we work, as we play, and as we learn. And so again, thank you for the honor. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your commitment. And know that you've got another partner now on the LA City Council. Thank you.
All right, let's cue the next video.